How's everybody doing? So, yeah, I know I've gotten a lot of messages from you all, and I really appreciate people checking in, wondering when's old Sarge coming back. Well, I'm back, baby. I'm back. Yeah, let me give you a little update on what everything that's been going on for me. This is completely unscripted. I'm on my lunch break. I just found a little spot to kind of pull over and kind of chat with you all, catch up for a few minutes before I got to head back into work. But believe it or not, I have been uploading videos, but they're all shorts. And I guess with shorts, they don't always send out notifications. So I uploaded, oh gosh, probably at least 10 videos that many people have not gotten the notification for. So they're mostly foraging videos. I think there might be one or two that's not. You can check those out. Just go into, you'll have to go into my main page and check to see, like, go to the like shorts section, or if you don't see them there, you can go into my playlist that says vertical short stories. You can scroll all the way down to the bottom, and they'll be like the last 10 videos or so. So some of you have seen them because I've seen your comments, but definitely some of you have not, because some of you have reached out to me through like email and direct messaging on Instagram, things like that, just asking like when I was coming back. So I'm officially back in terms of like long form content, but I never was really gone. And to the best of my ability, I was staying on top of what you all were doing as well. If you were a content creator, I was following as many as I could. I'll give you the lowdown of what I've been up to in just a minute here, but there will be no live stream tonight. I am releasing another short. I promise you there is content coming. I have actually a video in the queue that I just need to edit. I'm going to try to work on that tonight, so hopefully that will get released next week. And I've got, what else? I've got a couple things that I'm recording. I'm going to be recording some footage this weekend where I'm testing some solar panels. So that was sent to me by Okmotech. Sorry, I think it's called Okmotech. Hey, Successful Slave, good to see you. How's it going, Irish Survival? It's always good to see you, my friend. So there is stuff coming. Next week, I'll give you kind of a heads up. Mosaics, good to see you. Love seeing my Ride or Die crew back. This next week, I am probably, like, we're just trying to finalize the details. I'm going to be guesting on another stream for a very big channel, and I don't want to announce that yet until it's like officially in the books, but kind of keep an eye out for that. It'll be next Friday night. We were going to try to do it this Friday night, but hey everybody, thanks for checking in. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I am working too hard, and I guess sounds like you're working too hard too. So what else? So that's coming. I've been in contact with Digital Prepper. We're working on some stuff. We're trying to get Pilgrim Prepper back together, Pilgrim Radio back together for a collaboration. Van City and I have been talking. We're trying to set something up there. So I got a lot of stuff that's in the works. I've got a little outdoor adventure planned, I think. Hey, Trident Stacking, good to see you. I got a little adventure planned at the end of March, so trying to make sure that can happen. I'll film some new footage, and I still have a few things filmed from my October trip that I haven't released. That's going to be a booger to try to edit. That's the problem. That's why it's taking me so long on that one. But I have released a bunch of shorts on foraging. You can check those out. A lot's gone down since I've been able to talk to you live, right? Like, you know, we've got the whole situation in Ukraine really just kind of bubbled up in the last few weeks while I was out doing my thing. And Mauricio, so good to see you, brother. Thank you for popping in. You know, I don't even know how much I want to talk about that. My feeling on this, because I'm already seeing KSG, good to see you. Thank you. My feeling on this is that the social media companies, they're going to, just like they did with the pandemic, they're going to eventually start censoring people who aren't like very, very big channels or official media sources. I actually am seeing that on Instagram already. So I got to be careful about what I say about it. My opinion on it, of course, is I do support Ukraine. And I don't this is me personally, and you're absolutely welcome to disagree. I don't think the U.S. should get directly involved in this. I think we have a habit of doing that a little bit too much, honestly, but we can indirectly support them, and that is already in happening. Europe needs to probably, I know that's already happening to some extent, probably needs to continue to give a lot of support to them. Good morning. Thank you so much for checking in. I really appreciate you. It's good to see everybody again. It really is. I have missed live streaming. I've missed chatting with everybody. So that's what I'm gonna say about it right now. I need to do a little bit more thinking about how I want to talk about this stuff on the channel, because I already have had a couple times where I had the impression that my content wasn't getting out because I was talking about stuff that the platform doesn't really support. That's the best way I can say that. And I'm probably more careful than a lot of other prepper channels. I know other prepper channels have really gotten hitting hard with that in terms of like just they're not getting suggested to new viewers. I have some friends that are in that boat. They basically haven't had any new subscribers in over a year, just for getting on the platform and talking about their opinions. So I want to be careful about it. There's a lot of people already kind of talking about it too. So like I don't feel like I have to go too much into that. I think if I do talk about it, it's going to be more along the lines of how do you prepare for this, right? Like whether you're in Europe or the United States and this thing starts to spread outside of Ukraine, how do you, I always like to focus more on the skills and what's going to be practical than the politics. That's where I try to get at it with my channel. What else has been going on? Stock market completely bonkers. I've slowed down on some of that stuff, but I've been buying dips on the companies that, that are long-term S&P 500 blue chip companies that I know are going to be there for a long time. Just buying the dips on those, building up my dividend portfolio. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I haven't bought much. Say that again. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Sorry, the light's making it really hard to read some of the comments. My bad. I haven't bought much silver and gold in a while, and the price on that obviously is going to especially gold is going to go up as long as this war goes on. Metal, this is just speculation. You do your own research, not financial advice, of course. But during wartime, metals tend to do well. You take a look at what's going on with the Russian ruble. It's tanking. It's completely dropping in value. So if you were somebody that could foresee something like that coming with your currency, of course you would want to take some of your currency and convert it into gold. And the reason for that, and this is what a lot of people in the prepping community don't understand, the reason why gold and silver matter is because you can take that and convert it to any other currency, right? So maybe you were in the Russian ruble and you see that your currency is falling apart, and so you're going to take gold. You can go to any other place in the world and convert that to the US dollar. You can convert that into the euro, whatever you wanted to do. Mac, is good to see you. Yeah, stay safe out there. Definitely stay safe. That's why gold and silver matters, right? So people will knock on it and say, yeah, and gold probably more so than silver for these kind of situations. Gold will dip, I think, yeah, eventually, but not while this situation's going on. I'd be surprised, but hey, I've been wrong before, so let's see how that plays out. People say, oh, you can't eat gold and silver. Well, yeah, obviously, duh. But every prep has a different purpose. I can't eat my knives either. I can't eat my firearms, right? So they have a different purpose. And if I was trying to cross the border, if I was trying to get out of a war zone, the people at the border may pay a little bit more attention to me if I have an ounce of gold that I can slip them, right? They don't care about that can of peaches that I'm trying to offer them, right? So every prep has a purpose. And if you're only thinking about, this is the problem with prepper mindset a lot of times. Hey, Silverback, good to see you. The prepper mindset a lot of times is people tend to think, oh, it's only going to be an EMP, right? Like that's all I see in the prepper forums is like everybody's obsessed with EMP, and that they're going to be able to stay in their home, and that they're basically going to only have to live off of their preps. They're not going to garden. They're not going to forage. right? And they'll be able to safely defend their home. Like, you know, just nobody knows, because there's all kinds of different SHTF situations. Yes, thank you. And I hope everybody out there is in good health too. It seems like, you know, the pandemic rates are definitely going down, which is good. And I knew a lot of people who got sick when Omicron passed through, a lot of people. So it seems like all that's kind of getting a little bit better under control now. You can't eat metal, right? Yeah, no, you can't, but there's other things that you would do with it. So I lost my train of thought, bear with me. So there's all kinds of different scenarios, right? So like for hurricanes, you need certain kind of preps. If there was an EMP, you would need certain kind of preps for that. You'd want to be able to, you know, produce your own power and cook and be able to stay warm or stay cool. If you were trying to get out of a war zone, there's a different set of preps for that, right? And if you were trying to prevent your wealth from completely collapsing because your nation's currency is collapsing, that's one of the ways that, you know, gold could protect you. It's not the only way, but it's one of the ways. All right. So when I'm on the prepper forums, and I do contribute regularly on Facebook, sometimes on Reddit. I don't always tell people who I am on there, because I like to sometimes be able to make my comments anonymously and not necessarily be like, I want to get people to my channel. Sometimes I do. It just depends on what, you know, what the platform is. But I always see that same mentality of like, people don't want to see the value of a prep that's outside of the situation that they've got in their head. And that's a mistake. That's a mistake. So, all right, so let's not get too far down that rabbit hole. I am going to have to get back to work soon. What else do I got coming up? So tonight I will have another shorts released for, it's just a fun little video. I don't want to spoil it for you. And then Tuesday, I think I've got a shorts in the queue, but if I can get my stuff edited this weekend, I'll change that out to a long form video. It's a hedge. It's a hedge. That's right. That's right. It's almost better. I mean, I tend to call gold and silver an investment, and over time they should increase in value, but it's almost better to think of it as a hedge. It's an insurance policy, right? Like, so really silver has not done great in the last few years. It had a nice little boost from 14, and then it's just it went up for a little while to 28 an ounce. Premiums went way above that, and then the price came back down to 24, which I feel is like a fair price, but the premiums in a lot of places didn't come down. So, you know, a lot of people have cut back on their silver. I've been telling you for months here that I thought gold was at a great price at $1,800 an ounce. I didn't check it this morning, but last time I checked, it was over $1,900 an ounce. So gold was on the move, but I'm not surprised given the situation that's going on in Ukraine. Hope all that makes sense to y'all. Anyways, I think that's about it. I am going to have to get back to work here. But I did have a few minutes. I wanted to pop in and say hi to everybody and say that I am back. I am back, and I missed you, and I really never was gone. Although you might not have got my notifications, but to the best of my ability, I was staying active and checking out the content you all are putting out. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know I was putting a lot more content up there than I was on YouTube for a while. So that's about it. I hope you guys are doing good. Does anybody have anything you wanted to plug real quick before I have to kill this? Anything you all got coming up this weekend? Any good plans? While I'm giving you a chance to comment on that, this weekend I got to do a big backyard cleanup. I'm way behind on all that stuff. You know. Oh, I was gonna tell you where I was. Yeah. So I was in Vegas for a couple weeks for. You too, Successful Slave. Have a great day and have a great weekend. All of you that are here, have a great weekend. So I was in Vegas for a little while with my niece, and that was a really good trip. Great wedding. She had such a beautiful ceremony. Sorry, the car's pulling up. Yeah, I think they're just doing the same thing as me, just finding a place to chill for lunch. You too, KSG. So we had a great time. I ate at Guy Fieri's, one of his restaurants. I had an amazing burger. I didn't get a chance to go off the strip because I was up there for about 5 days, and it was mostly wedding stuff planned. I stayed over at the Link, LINQ, and I had a really good time. If you get out to Vegas, there's a really cool spot in between the Link and the Flamingo. It's called the Promenade, and it's an alleyway that a lot of people don't even know about. And down there is like all kinds of restaurants and clubs, and just that's how you get to that big Ferris wheel that you've probably seen if you ever watch anything on TV about Vegas. So that's down there, and it's a little bit more quiet. There's a little bit less people than the Strip. It is bumper to bumper. Like when you walk out on the Strip during peak hours, you're shoulder to shoulder with people. You cannot, like, if you feel uncomfortable in crowds, just be aware of that. And it's very, very loud. Everything in Vegas is loud. It's like super bright. Your brain gets overstimulated. So I'm looking forward to my camping trip coming up that I can kind of get away from all that. And thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, and I mean, I don't try to stay in like code orange, because that's I should probably talk about that a little bit more. But like, staying in code orange all the time is not good for your mental health. That tends to cause anxiety problems and irritability and that kind of stuff. So you got to be able to kind of get down to code yellow some of the time. Good to see you. Good to see you, Titan Preparedness. I appreciate that. So that was fun, but I'm looking forward to getting out and having a weekend to just kind of watch the campfire and do some hiking and stuff like that. I need that. And that's more like, if you ask me like Vegas or camping, I'm always going to pick camping. I almost said Vegas. I'm always going to pick camping, but Vegas is fun. And I was glad to get out there and see most of my family was there, my immediate family anyways. So I got to see everybody. You guys have seen the interview with my dad. He was out there. Yeah, it was a really good time. And then as soon as I got back, I had to go, I had 2 days of work, and then I had to go to a training I didn't have to go, but I got work paid for me to go. And it was actually the best training that I've had in my career in mental health. So I got to go and get trained to I am now an EMDR therapist. And EMDR, explain it to you real quick. I'll probably talk about it more down the road. It stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And it can be used for a lot of different things. It can be used for anxiety. It can be used for addictions. It can be used for phobia. But it was designed originally to work with trauma, right? And so you all know I work with a lot of people who have served in active combat. I work with a lot of first responders. And most of my population has been exposed to trauma, right? And so I've talked on some of my videos before, and especially on my mental health channel, which if you want to check that out, it's Health and Mental Health with Sarge. I don't upload there a lot, but I do have some stuff on there. I probably need to get back to it at some point. But being exposed to trauma can a lot of times cause a lot of different problems for the person. They can have irritability, don't want to talk to people, they don't want to be around people. They can have nightmares, they can have flashbacks, they can get depressed, they can get panic attacks, they can all kinds of different symptoms that can develop and be really debilitating, can interfere with a person's ability to have good relationships, to do well at work, and most of all, to lead a good, happy life, right? So I really love the population I work with. Very, very passionate about it, and I try to give back to the heroes, right? That's important to me. I want to my calling right now. I've changed the population I've worked with throughout my career, but my calling right now is to work with heroes and to do the best I can to help them to sustain in their work and to heal from anything that they've been exposed to, right? And so the way that EMDR works with that is we do bilateral stimulation of the brain, and that's through different things like eye movements or tapping both sides of the body, things like that. And what that does, you're stimulating both hemispheres of the brain. Thank you, I appreciate that. I love my job, man. I feel blessed that this was my calling. I feel blessed to do the work that I do. When we do the bilateral stimulation of the brain, I'm going to keep it layman's terms, try not to lose people here. What that does is it allows working memory, which is like all that stuff we juggle. Hey, I got to pay my bills. I got to file my work paperwork. I got to change the cat litter box. I got to walk the dog. I got to get Infamil for my kids, right? Like all these things that we're constantly processing in our brain gets dampened down a little bit so we can look at the stuff underneath the surface. And we start looking at stuff like what was the cognitions that a person might have around, what were some of the core beliefs that they might have around the incident, right? So they may say, maybe they were exposed to somebody that they worked with on the field of battle, for example. Somebody died, right? And they think, well, if I'd only gotten there 5 minutes earlier or whatever, you know, and they start to think, you know, core belief changes into something very, very negative. So we can work with it when we pull it up, and we pull it up into their working memory with the bilateral stimulation. Hey, Silver Scorpion, we can work with that, and we can start to say, well, what's, you know, let's reframe this truth, right? You did everything within your possibility. So when you start to pair that belief with the memory, things start to change in the body, right? There's a mind-body connection. The neurons have, you know, the neural connections between our beliefs and the memories are so powerful, And so we want to, as a therapist, I always want to be looking at what's the beliefs, what are your thoughts around this incident? And that's what we did. And it's really, really cool. I got to do some of it on my fellow therapists as part of the training, and I had it done to me. So I felt like I got, in 5 days, I worked on some of my own crap, right? Because I've got, just like everybody else, I've got baggage, I've got demons, right? And I got to work on my own crap for 5 days, and I felt like I got, hey, Stuart's prepping. I felt like I got 6 months worth of therapy in 5 days. That's what it was like. That's the power of EMDR. All right, now it's not for everybody, and there's things that can disclude people from being able to use it, but it's another tool from my therapist's toolbox. And I will tell you, this training, right, this was the best training in my 25 plus years in the field that I've ever had. The trainer, the lead trainer, there was 3 people. The lead trainer is a really high speed guy. He was a chaplain in the military, and he works with like Navy SEALs and Delta Force and Special Forces, doing this kind of stuff with them. So in my opinion, I got training from the very best of the best, right? And that doesn't mean I'm the best of the best, but I got to train with the best of the best. And I'm very excited. I actually used it a little bit this week. I can't talk about that, of course, but this is something that's going to help me to help a lot of people. So that's why y'all haven't seen me for a while for live streams anyways. That's why I haven't been on. I was really, really busy this month, but really cool, exciting stuff. Back at it with the YouTube. Here we go. Let's get the hustle going. I want to get the content out to y'all. I want to get you working on your preparedness skills, and most of all, I want to connect with the community. Right? That's why I do this. I love the community. I love you all. Really appreciate you. Appreciate everybody who shows up for my videos. You all rock. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome, Mosaic. I'd love to talk to you more about that at some point. All right. I probably got to roll back into work. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all have a great weekend. Like I said, I will not be live tonight. Make sure you check out the GD Bacon. Definitely one of my buddies. He's usually live on Friday nights. And anybody else that's out there that does the Friday night streams, check them out. I am trying to catch up on all your channels. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm very, very passionate about this, and I can't wait to use it more in my field. Keep planting your. See, this is what happens when you haven't streamed in a while. Keep planting your seeds. Keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.